So I'm here in Dundrum, County Tipperary, and I'm interviewing a person associated with the Limerick Says No group, and also with here in Dundrum. So may I ask your name?
Lorraine.
And what's your name? Anthony. So why are you here, can I ask?
Just offering support to other communities. I think it's important now at this stage that we all kind of get together, unite in the fight, to be honest.
Yeah, what do you think of the events in Coolock?
I just think it's disgraceful that our own Gardaí are standing and allowing this to happen to our people. Do you know what I mean? They're being brutalised and victimised above there.
Yeah. And so what's your view of these matters?
I think people are forgetting about Coolock, that it was such a peaceful protest for so long.
Yeah.
And people are not asking the question why the POU all of a sudden then ripped into them.
Yeah.
You know, no one's asking that question. Everyone's talking about Coolock. Why aren't we asking questions about the POU, how they're being able to manhandle the Irish people? It's crazy what's going on.
So how do you answer the argument that people complain that you're racists?
Was I standing out here when the Ukrainians were in and out here the last year and a half?
Yeah.
I was not.
Yeah.
It's unvetted males.
That's the argument.
It's scared of the unknown.
Yeah.
This is our hotel. We want our hotel back. We want our golf course to be kept the way it is. We want our swimming pool back, our gym.
Yeah.
We have no Garda station. Our school, we've a school in Knockavilla. We have a school in Knockski or Doneski. There's no school in Dundrum.
Yeah.
We don't have the infrastructure for them.
So you're concerned about the Garda station, but would you like a whole pile of Gardaí to turn up here just like they did in Coolock, or are you afraid of that happening?
Why would they turn up? It's a peaceful protest.
Yeah. But they are destroying all these sites all around Ireland. So
Our heritage is completely gone. They went down to Clonmel. They've literally tore out like fairy forts that have they're centuries. Do you know what I mean? It's our heritage. Who wouldn't be angry about that?
Yeah.
Do you know, like all across the country you can see it. Do you know?
Yeah.
It's not right. It's just not right.
Yeah. And can I ask how you got involved in this kind of activism?
Activism.
Well, I wouldn't say it's activism at all. It's concerned parents, relatives. Do you know what I mean?
Residents.
Yeah. And it wouldn't be the case at all that you'd be involved in right-wing or left-wing politics before this.
I don't believe in far right, far left and all of this. It's completely just concerned people, concerned about their communities. That's all, and what's coming. Undocumented, unvetted men coming in. It's not right, like. Yeah. If you to go to another country, you need to have a passport. What's the difference here? Why are we accepting it?
Yeah.
And
the argument they're putting all over the country is that people here are kind of thugs and never had a job and all the rest of it. And is that been your experience?
I don't know. I think everyone here is working.
Yeah.
I'm working. I go to Galway legally working. I'm working in Galway. I come back from Galway. I come here. I spend my rest of my time here. This isn't a new hobby, or it's not. We don't want to do this. It's what we feel we have to do for our communities.
Exactly.
But I mean, all the media in the entire country is saying everybody's a thug that is involved in this kind of thing.
Of course they are, because it doesn't fit their narrative.
Yeah.
That's what they have to do. They have to brand everyone to try and make us look like we're lower than everyone else. We're not lower. We're working class people.
Yeah.
We want to protect our communities. We want to protect our villages, and we want to have our resources back. We want to have the hotel back. We want to have all these places back. We don't want people that are not from coming in, buying up all these hotels, vulture funds, buying up all these hotels, making massive amounts of money tax-free, and then we're the ones that have to suffer the consequences.
Yeah.
And we're the ones that have to be out here then protecting the people, which they should have done in the first place.
Yeah. And how do you respond to the people who claim that it's already decided in the election and we lost or whatever?
I'm sure if people are getting in on the 15th and 16th vote, how is it ever going to change? This is the problem.
Yeah, and just the other thing, to what extent would you regard it as a problem that the Irish race in general seems to be, fewer of them around Ireland than incomers? To what extent is it in that sense a question of race, or would you?
I don't know. Like at the end of the day, Ireland went around all over the world. Ireland is known all over the world. We worked.
Yeah.
We worked everywhere. You all go to any city. Everyone said the Irish built all the cities.
Yeah.
We've worked everywhere.
Yeah.
These people aren't working. They're not integrating.
Yeah.
That's the problem. They're not integrating with the communities. They're not working. They're putting massive strain on our resources.
Yeah.
And we don't know.
Yeah.
We feel like if the government isn't going to protect us, the guards are going to protect us.
Yeah.
We have to step up and try and do it ourselves
Yeah.
somehow, or even wake up people
Yeah.
to try and help us.
Somebody wants to
Yeah.
get out there, but they don't want to be recorded.
This
Make
is
people aware.
exactly what we're
Yeah.
doing, is we're trying to spread the awareness.
Yeah.
And we're getting called far right, racist, you name it. We're far from racist. We've been the most welcoming country in the world to anybody, do you know what I mean? And now that we don't want undocumented males coming into the country, we've all these different sort of labels put on us, and it's not right.
And do the events in Coolock put you off? I mean, are you slightly afraid of what could happen to this camp?
I am scared of what's going to happen, and I think the Irish Times said that I was scared. I am scared, but I'm not scared of what the Coolock people did.
Yeah.
I'm scared of what the POU done to Coolock.
Yeah.
And the people need to realise that. It's not, the Coolock were peaceful protests for nearly 3 months.
Yeah.
They were peaceful protests. You can only push people back into a corner so much.
They had enough. They had enough.
Fair enough. Yeah. So is there anything else you'd like to add into it all?
I'd like for you to speak to maybe some of the locals here and just see how much it means to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and just see what the stories are, and just try and get a visual of what it means to everyone here and
Yeah.
why we are doing this. Would you like to speak? Or?
I speak, but not in the picture.
Okay. And
If you should even,
well, anybody at all? Yeah. I'll speak to anybody. Okay.
no,
Yeah. Well,
The business.
yeah. Sure. Yeah. So you're a local person from Dundrum, are you? Or?
I'm not from Dundrum. I'm not originally from here, but we have a shop here in Dundrum.
Yeah.
There's 20 very active businesses in the village alone, even though it's only
Yeah.
a village of about 225 people.
And how much support would you say this encampment has locally?
It has big support. It has big support, but there's certain divisions at the same time, because I suppose that the thing of protesting is not. It's
Yeah.
not. We're not used to that, particularly in
Yeah.
a rural area. We don't want to protest.
Yeah.
We thought with everything that was going on around the country, none of us ever thought it was going to come to our own gate.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, it's the same as an unexpected. It's kind of anything unexpected, we don't know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
And a lot of the other local people don't know how to deal with it. And there's not enough said. There's very little then on the TV and on media telling us that this is happening in other places, because you think you're the only place until you.
And if the public order unit do come and knock this down, will you put it back up again?
Well, we're hoping it won't get that far. Like, we have been extremely peaceful. We're here 54 or 5 days at this stage.
Yeah.
And we've no plans to
Yeah.
change otherwise, and we're just trying to make our stamp, and that our politicians will be able to do something.
Yeah.
Like Simon Harris has made a promise that any hotel that is the only local community event place, that he will not do that again.
Yeah.
Now, this is a totally one, this is the first probably hotel maybe that we know of that's come up, that's active,
Yeah.
there's a huge number of amenities here, and because next hotel is 15 miles away or whatever, so like this, we should be a point in case if Simon Harris is going along, if he's made that promise and said it out a number of times, if he's going to stand by that promise, and he's the new minister, he's the new person or the new Taoiseach in charge, well, he just has to stop this and turn it around. This is this is his chance to do this.
Have you had support from any TDs like Matthew McGrath and TD?
Yes, Matthew McGrath has been on television a number of times. Matthew McGrath has brought it up in the Dáil, and he asked initially, going back about a month ago, he brought it up, and Roger O'Gorman said straight out that it was going to be an IPAS centre. Now, there seems to be a certain differences in some of them saying that a permit has been granted here, and others saying it hasn't been granted here, but that doesn't really make a difference. They're still, it's still being branded as if they are going to come here.
So
and there's a lot of other, like Liam Brown has been very supportive. He's another independent, and there's a few of the party.
Liam Brown, he used to be Sinn Féin, was it? Or?
Well, no, there's a few Browns. There's a few Browns involved, and Liam is not. There's a Sinn Féin man as well, Martin Brown. But the other politicians of the other parties have been helpful in the background. But obviously, I'm not going to name anything. They've been trying to help us, but sure, their hands are probably tied because of party whips and that. So they know it's just a small area as well, and the damage it's going to do long term because. It seems to, like if I'd have no issue if they came in here for a few months and then were vetted and moved on. And that's the way it is with a lot of people. Like if they were just moved and divided into going back, staying here, going walking, they can't walk. Like what would you do if you're locked up for a number of months and you can't walk and you get so much to €5 a week?
So to what extent is it for you a question of race that in Ireland there's too many foreigners and not enough Irish?
I've no issue with race. I've no issue with racial situation. I'd have always said that intermixing is great. I've done a lot of travelling myself, and my family have, and I have no issue with the racial situation.
Yeah.
But it's just that at the same time we're living in a world now. Everything has to be documented. There's red tape, and we all have to know where we're other from. Garda vetted. If I want to go for 2 different club things in the local thing here, I'll be vetted twice, not once.
Yeah.
And at the same time, everybody knows me. So how can people from other countries expect to come in and not even have a passport, possibly? You know, I've no issue at all with race or colour, and I'd be very open. I think it's great to meet different communities, different races, different kind of religions or whatever. But it's just the whole thing of locking people up, first of all, and not getting them put in the proper wherever they should be going. I'm sure there's a lot of these people who are in here for years want to work, and they're not allowed work.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, and is there anything else you'd like to add?
Well, it's just like from the business point of view, we just don't know where we're going, because it's it's happened in other communities that when the asylum seekers are established after a while, they have nothing to do. They start coming out, walking around. They don't have the language. You know, the people don't want to know how to communicate with them, and they don't know how to communicate with the people. And then there's a fear comes in, and then we've no Garda station, and doesn't even Garda station Cashel closes every evening at 6 o'clock. There isn't guards. I mean, you know, if they were needed, I mean, same if they needed guards, like where do they call if they're going to be? So that's just the situation, I'd say.
Right.
Thank you.
So good, Thanks very much. Now, thank you. Yeah.